The camera opens on a dimly lit basketball court, empty, quiet, yet echoing with the ghosts of applause. Dust floats in the shaft of light that cuts through a cracked gym window. A basketball bounces once, then twice. The echo grows, merging with a low, rising rumble, crowd noise swelling like a storm. The scene blurs, and in its place stands a towering figure, sweat glistening under arena lights, eyes fierce and focused, Moses Malone. His voice breaks through the silence, deep and calm. You gotta work. You gotta believe. Nobody gonna give you nothing. From the cracked courts of Petersburg, Virginia, to the roaring arenas of the NBA, Moses Malone's journey wasn't written in privilege or promise. It was carved through sweat, pain, and a will that refused to bend. He wasn't just a basketball player. He was a force of nature, a man who came from nothing, fought through everything, and changed the very idea of what it meant to dominate. This is the story of a legend who turned hard labor into poetry, who outworked everyone, and who rose from dusty high school gyms to the grandest stage in basketball, without ever losing the humility of where he came from. It's a story not of fame, but of faith, not of comfort, but of constant hunger. The story of a boy who never stopped rebounding against life's blows, and a man whose presence under the rim became the symbol of persistence itself. This is Behind the Medal, the Moses Malone story. He was born Moses Eugene Malone on March 23, 1955, in Petersburg, Virginia, a small town with big dreams but few opportunities. The streets were tough, the mills loud, and money scarce. His mother, Mary Malone, worked tirelessly to support the family. She was the rock of his life, a quiet warrior who taught Moses the value of effort, of never expecting handouts. Moses grew up tall, taller than most boys his age, but shy. His early days were simple, helping his mother, playing in the dirt yards, watching older boys shoot hoops at the neighborhood courts. One day, he joined them, and everything changed. The ball felt natural in his hands. The sound of it striking the pavement became his rhythm, his language, and soon the court became his refuge. He didn't talk much, he let his play speak. When the ball was in the air, Moses seemed to know where it would fall. His instincts were uncanny. Rebounds, putbacks, hustle. He was already mastering the skills that would define him long before anyone was watching. By the time he entered Petersburg High School, word had already spread. This kid was different. Coaches whispered his name across the state. His body grew stronger, his timing sharper. Every night after the team had gone home, Moses stayed behind, rebounding for himself, practicing footwork, simulating game situations. He chased the ball like it owed him something. He led Petersburg High to 50 straight wins and back-to-back state championships. But more than the numbers, it was the fire in his eyes that set him apart. When reporters came around, he'd shrug and smile shyly. "I just like to play," he'd say. At a time when college basketball was the only path to the pros, Moses made a decision that shocked the world. In 1974, he became the first high school player ever to leap straight into professional basketball, signing with the ABA's Utah Stars. He was just 19 years old, a quiet kid from Virginia suddenly facing grown men, legends, and the glare of national attention. The first practices were brutal. Veterans pushed him around, elbows flew, and trash talk echoed. But Moses didn't talk back. He responded with effort. Every missed shot he rebounded. Every lost battle he studied. He learned faster than anyone expected. By mid-season, the quiet rookie was leading the league in offensive rebounds. His raw strength, relentless energy, and uncanny positioning stunned opponents. Fans began to chant, "Mo, Mo, Mo," as he ripped boards from the sky. Coaches marveled at his endurance. He never seemed to tire. He wasn't flashy. He was fundamental, determined, unstoppable. When the ABA merged with the NBA in 1976, Moses became one of the league's hottest commodities. He landed with the Houston Rockets, and there, his legend exploded. Night after night, he devoured rebounds like a man starved. Double-teamed, triple-teamed, it didn't matter. He played every possession like it was his last. Moses' style wasn't built on grace, it was built on grind. His arms worked like pistons, his feet shuffled like machinery, and his heart pumped pure persistence. Teammates said he practiced harder than anyone they'd ever seen. He'd show up hours before a game, drenched in sweat before the warm-ups even began. In 1979, he won his first NBA Most Valuable Player award, averaging 24.8 points and a staggering 17.6 rebounds per game. But awards never defined him. "You don't win trophies in the gym," he said. "You win them by working when nobody watching." He was the embodiment of blue-collar greatness, a man who brought the same hunger to every city, every arena. By the early 1980s, he was a phenomenon. His rebounding was art in motion. He'd tap the ball off the backboard, grab it again and again until it went in. Commentators called it Moses and the second chance. Then came 1983. The Philadelphia 76ers had been chasing a championship for years. They had Julius Dr. J. Irving, a legend. They had talent, chemistry, and drive. But they were missing something. They needed dominance inside. They needed Moses Malone. When he joined the Sixers, everything changed. During training camp, reporters asked for his playoff prediction. Moses said just 3 words: "Foe, foe, foe." His way of saying the Sixers would sweep all 3 playoff rounds. It became a rallying cry. What followed was one of the most dominant seasons in NBA history. Moses was a man on a mission. His work ethic infected the whole team. Practices were fierce, games were battles, and Moses led the charge, crashing boards, setting screens, controlling the paint with raw power. Game after game he delivered. In the playoffs, he elevated to a new level, averaging 26 points and 15 rebounds per game. And when the Sixers faced the Los Angeles Lakers in the finals, Moses was unstoppable. He tore through Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and the Lakers' defense with pure will. The Sixers won the championship, losing only 1 playoff game. "Foe, foe," Moses laughed afterward. He was named Finals MVP, his 3rd league MVP secured, and his place in basketball immortality sealed. But fame never changed him. While others sought endorsements and headlines, Moses stayed quiet. He drove a modest car. He helped his mother buy a house. He treated everyone, from stars to stadium staff, with the same respect. He was a giant, but he walked softly. Off the court, his life was simple. He loved fishing, spending time with family, and mentoring young players. To those who came after him, like Charles Barkley, Hakeem Olajuwon, and countless others, he was more than a mentor. He was a blueprint. Barkley once said, "Moses taught me how to be a pro. He made me realize this game ain't about talking, it's about working." And that was Moses Malone in one line. Even as age crept in, his fire never dimmed. He played for multiple teams: Washington, Atlanta, Milwaukee. Wherever he went, the respect followed. Opponents who once battled him now spoke in awe. He became the league's quiet conscience, humble, relentless, unshakable. He retired in 1995 as one of the greatest rebounders and centers in NBA history. Over 27,000 points, nearly 17,000 rebounds, and 3 MVPs. Yet when asked what he was proudest of, he smiled and said, "That I did it my way, that I worked." Moses Malone's legacy wasn't built on flash, but on fundamentals. He taught the world that greatness isn't about talent alone. It's about the grind behind the glory. Every rebound he snatched, every battle under the rim, was a testament to his belief that effort could outlast everything else. When he passed away in 2015, the basketball world mourned not just a legend, but a spirit, the spirit of perseverance. The arenas that once thundered with his name fell silent, but his lessons still echo through every player who laces up, every dreamer who fights for their place. In the end, Moses Malone's story isn't just about basketball. It's about what happens when you refuse to stop working. When you decide that no obstacle, no doubt, no setback will ever define your limits. It's about the quiet power of believing in yourself when nobody else does. And as the lights fade on the court and the echoes of the crowd drift away, his voice still whispers through time, steady, humble, and strong. You don't wait for chances, you rebound them. Moses Malone's life reminds us that greatness isn't born, it's built. Brick by brick, rebound by rebound, through hard work, humility, and heart. He showed the world that even if you come from nothing, you can still leave behind everything, if you never stop pushing. If this story inspired you, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Behind the Metal. where we bring to life the untold journeys of the world's most legendary athletes. Because behind every medal lies a story of struggle, faith, and the unbreakable will to rise. Stay inspired, keep grinding, and always believe in the work.